Hi there, everyone. I just wanted to post a video of a discovery I made today. So I don't know if y'all saw my last video about the Woods and Mystery loading planes. I was looking, so basically I'll link in the description, but like the short of it is that when you like go the wrong way in Woods and Mystery, you can either hit a loading zone, which is what happens if you're on the border of the 3x3 grid, or you can hit a fake loading plane that sets your entrance to Southern Swamp from Mystery Woods. And so I was really interested in these fake loading planes, and I thought, you know, there's gotta be a way that they figure out their entrance value, and I just could not figure it out. But it turns out I was just oblivious to a small fact. I was under the impression that the first 0x144 of any actor is completely fixed, which it is. It's like a fixed header, but I was under the impression that like what went in each spot was always the same, like type of data, so like, you know, X position, angle, stuff like that. Well, it turns out there's one field called the actor parameters, or the actor variable. It's a 16-bit field with offset 0x1c, and it can be used for any purpose by different actors. So, like, for instance, for owl statues, the owl statues use that to set the owl ID, so that way when you save at the owl or sword at the owl, the game knows which owl you're trying to go to. So that's how we do owl moon warp and various other owl warps as well. Well, it turns out that there's a very similar phenomenon happening in these fake Woods and Mystery loading planes. So I will go ahead and get started with that. Let me load the state here so that doesn't happen. But yeah, so if you look here, this is Spectrum. Loading planes are actor 18. So if you look at this actor, this is a loading plane. It's a fake loading plane, and the actor parameters, or actor variable, starts off as 0 to 100. Now, I have that pulled up in the Project 64 memory viewer here. It's this offset, 0x1c, these 16 bits. And what I found out today is that the low 17-bit, or the low 7 bits of the 16 bits are what sets the warp. So the way I figured this out is I set a read breakpoint on that value, and I went into the loading plane, and it brings me to this. And just like a basic idea, like I haven't read this thoroughly, but I've like seen like a little bit of what it does. So basically, it grabs this 0x1c offset, this is the active variable, and puts it into register v0, and then it ANDs it with FF, which isn't really necessary because it's already a 16-bit value, and because you did a load half-word. Then it'll shift it right by 10, and then a bunch of stuff happens, and then there's a branch, and then if you follow the branch, you get to this, well not, you get to this line, but then it's the line after that. So, and I, V0, which remember, V0 has our active parameters in it. So, and I V0 was 7F. So that means that take the low 7 bits of the active variable and put it into T6. And I haven't really looked to see what happens to T6 for the rest of this. I mean, it looks like it gets shifted left by 1, and then, I don't know, some other stuff happens, but the point is this line. This is the important line. AND with 7F. So that means the low 7 bits of the active variable actually set the warp. So let's go ahead and I'm going to delete this breakpoint, and we'll continue execution here. Actually, wait. Okay. There we go. Okay, cool. So, now I've gone through and tested what all of these 2 to the 7 values are and where they warp to. So 2 to the 7 is 128. So there's 128 possible warps. a lot of them crash this. So I'm just going to go through and show you the ones that don't crash. So when it's 0, 0, it's just the default. And it just sends you to Southern Swamp from Woods of Mystery. Nothing too exciting there. Now, let me set this to 8, 0, just so I can prove that it actually is only 7 bits and not 8 bits. So, 8, 0 also sends me to Southern Swamp from Woods of Mystery, so it's definitely 7 bits. And then I'll just go through and show what each of them do. So, if we do 1 as those 7 bits, we're going to go to Mayor's Office from East Clocktown, also known as Mayor's Warp. It's very common in MM because this is like index 0, so you see this a lot. And then this one is very interesting, but it's very disappointing. So if I set this to 3, I'm going to skip 2 because it crashes. Oh wait, before I go in here, let me just show you something. So that's what I have in my inventory. I've got Ocarina, Bombs, Bomb Shoe, and Deku Mask, and that's it. And Bomb Bag. But that's all. Okay. So that's what I have in my inventory. Now I'm going to go into this loading plane. And I get warped into the Ikana Fairy Fountain. And it's giving me Great Fairy Sword. That's cool. Well, I should be more excited about this, and I was excited when I found it, but it doesn't actually give it to you. And I think this is because, with the way the Fairy Fountain giving cutscenes work, is you get the item at the very beginning for Great Fairy Mask, Great Spin, and Great Fairy Sword, but for double defense and double magic, you get it at the end. So this is one of the fairies where you get it at the beginning. So warping into the middle of the cutscene doesn't actually give it to you, which really sucks. One thing I will note, though, is notice how the colors in this fairy fountain are accurate. Like, it's orange, that's the color of Ikana. Kita has a video about this, but if you enter from, like, this door, it's green, which is the Snowhead color, but, like, you can make it orange again with 0 Day. Turns out you can also make it orange by just warping directly into here. And this legit does go to Ikana, so this is like a cool way to get to Ikana, I guess. But yeah, if we go back in, then it's green. See how it's green? It's the Snowhead colors? Yeah. Anyway. Oh, wait, one more thing I wanted to do was... 1 second here, let me find my health. What is my health? Do I even have that up? I don't think I do. It's probably somewhere around here. This is save context, right? I should have like 0.8 something. 0.28 health, I think. Oh my god, I'm just gonna look it up. Health. Okay, it is 801E 496. There we go. Okay. So let me. I'm gonna go through this with y'all and go through all these, and since with Deku Palace warps, if you die, you can sometimes warp somewhere different. I'm just gonna like kill myself each time, and then we'll see if we go anywhere interesting. I have not tested if you go anywhere interesting yet for the secondary warps, or if there even are secondary warps. But anyway, so yeah, this is 0. So if I go out this loading plane, Southern Swamp from Woods of Mystery, and if I die. It's still Southern Swamp from Woods of Mystery, so nothing too exciting. Okay. Let's try Mayor's Office now. So That's 0, 1. In the actor parameters. And I'm gonna go ahead and die. And it just spawns back in the mayor's, so nothing's too exciting there. Now let's check the ikana fairy fountain here. For some reason, this one, like, it really freezes the game for like a half second before it continues. It's really interesting. Okay, so yeah, if I go ahead and die... which one is it? It just goes to the fairy fountain. The colors are still correct. It's still orange. So yeah, so far it's looking like there's not really any chain warps, but we'll see. Alright. This one is the one that's most likely to be useful, I think. This is a warp to Zora Hall. So that's index 05. There we go. And this guy's playing some nice Bowser's Castle theme. Or maybe it's not Bowser's Castle, maybe it's NES Zelda, I'm actually not sure. I can just tell it's like an NES Nintendo game. But anyway, that's that. So let's go ahead and die. So that seems to crash. So maybe there are chain warps, yeah. But I don't know. We'll see if any of them are good. Anyway, let's try the next one. So next one that doesn't crash is the hot spring water grotto. That's index 08. Oh, by the way, I'm doing all this on Japanese 1.0 just because I had a save state at Woods of Mystery already. I don't know if this works the same on the other versions. I assume it does, but I don't know for sure. There might be a different list of warps on like English or something, but I assume it's going to be the same list of warps. I don't know though. But yeah, that's the hot spring water grotto. And then if I die... I go back to Woods of Mystery. That's interesting. Woods of Mystery. Okay, and then 9 also doesn't crash, so let's go ahead and do that. So this takes you to the front Jade Peak Grotto. Yeah. There's not too much more to say about that, I guess. Let's go ahead and die. See if we get a chain warp. I assume I'll just go back to Woods of Mystery, because it's a grotto map. Yeah. Okay. Okay, now this one's actually kind of interesting. So, if we do index 0B, it actually takes us to the Curiosity Shop telescope. And if we cancel out of it, we're actually in Cafe's, like, area here. So, like, if we found a way to do SRM as Deku, we could, like, warp back here and become human. Which would be kind of cool, I guess. Although I guess if you could do S-Arm as Deku, you could probably just beat the game. Yeah, that's the thing. Okay, let's see what happens when I die. Oh, that's different. Okay, so there are chain warps. This is definitely a chain warp then. The other ones could have been anything, but yeah, this one definitely looks like a chain warp. So this is what, spring... Or no, purified swamp. Purified swamp from boat ride, I guess? That's kind of cool. I assume dying again is just gonna bring you back here, right? Yeah. Normally chain warps only have 2 warps, so that makes sense. Okay, so then there's a whole bunch of crashes, and then the next one that works is 15. 15. So yeah, by the way, if you're unfamiliar with modifying active parameters with SRM, you do it using the Z position of whatever you're using SRM with. So yeah, this is doggy racetrack. Let's see what happens when I die. Wait, where is this? Is it Termina Field? It sounds like Termina Field. Okay. I lost where I was in my sheet. Okay, there we go. That's interesting. I'm gonna turn up my volume because I can barely hear it right now. Oh, it's already max. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, let's go check out index 16, which is Curiosity Shock from Spot. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and die. Okay, so let's also purified swamp on boat, I guess? What's it called that? Okay, so next is the Romani Ranch House. So that's index 19. Yep, Romani Ranch House. And we'll go ahead and die. Almost. There we go. Okay, that seems to crash. Cool. Okay, lots of crashes. Okay, next one. Okay, this one's really fun. It's completely useless, but holy crap is it fun. Okay, so let's try index 26. Or hex 26. I bet you've never ridden this fast of a boat in your life. I have no idea what's causing the speed to be so much, but I love it. It's so fast. Like, Like, look how fast this is. It's going, like, ridiculous. Like, it's absurd. It's truly, truly absurd. It's completely, completely useless, but it's really, really fun. And isn't that what video games are about, anyway? Having fun? So yeah, if anyone wants to, like, figure out what the hell's going on with why I'm moving so fast here, please be my guest. But in the meantime, we'll just enjoy it for what it is. Purified swamp boat ride where you're going really, 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 really fast. And then yeah, it just brings you here. So what happens if I die? I don't think this is gonna work because it reloaded this scene, or loaded a new scene. It's probably just gonna send me back here. Yeah, nothing special with that. Okay, now this one is kind of interesting. So index 2A. I'm not sure if this would ever be useful, but it's interesting at least. You'll go to Stone Tower from Ikana Kingdom. So that's pretty cool. You have to watch the cutscene because you're coming from Ikana, but you know, it's a thing. There's a lot of warps to Ikana in here, in these like loading plane round warps. And then if I die, I think it just takes me back to Stone Tower. Yeah. Nothing special there. Okay, lots and lots of crashes. Okay, so the next one that doesn't crash is index 35. 35. And this is the ancient castle of Ikana from the well. There's actually a lot of warps to this exact warp, Ancient Castle of Ikana from Well, in this like list of warps that I found. So that's definitely interesting. Let's see if we go anywhere cool. We crash. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Okay. So next one is index 38. Which is past the mountain village and from the field. And so I go ahead and die. Nothing special there. Okay, next one is Romani Ranch. I think it's like after you do one of her minigames. So index 3C. Hey, isn't that your horse? So yeah, you're like right in front of Romani here, so I assume it's like after minigame or something. So let's see what happens. Okay, nothing interesting there. Alright, so next is index 40, which is Romani Ranch from Dog Race. And then, yeah, there's a lot of Romani Ranch options in here as well. Let's see what happens if I die. Nothing. Okay. So 42 is probably the most useless realm warp of all. So let's go ahead and do that one. So you know how if I just went back the way I came, I could like end up like right outside. Or I could just fall down the river and also end up right outside. So that one's pretty fun. Okay. That's interesting. Where is this? I guess Romani Ranch bedroom? Waiting? That's okay. That's amusing, if nothing else. Okay, what else? Past the mountain village comes from the field. Wait, that's the wrong... So 43. So we've seen this warp before, but who knows? Maybe it has a different chain warp. Let's die to find out. Nope. Okay, then there's a whole bunch of crashes. Then we get another Ancient Castle of Ikana warp with index 4B. Let's go ahead and die. Maybe we won't crash when we die this time. Nope, we still crash. Okay. So, index 4D is Southern Swamp from River. Maybe this one will give us a different chain warp when we die. Let's find out. Nope, it's the same one. And yet another mountain village from Summerfield. Everyone's favorite at this point. And don't you worry, there's a lot more of those too. That one's very, very popular. And I don't know why, because it's pretty useless, but it's quite popular. But just to cover our bases, I'm just gonna die on all of these just to make sure that there's nothing different. But we'll see. Yeah, nothing special. Okay, then there's a whole bunch of crashes. And then the next one is index 5-6. Castle the Comet from well. And it's gonna die. And it crashes as per usual. So next is index 59, yet another path to Mountain Village. So boring. So boring. And I bet when I die, nothing special is going to happen. Nope. Okay. Next is, this one is different than anything we've seen before. So this is left Deku Palace from the front Grotto. That's normally only there on JP. but I assume this entrance still exists, like on English and stuff, so I assume it would be the same. Okay, and then let's go ahead and try and see what happens. It enters. Sweet. Alright, we're getting closer to the end here. 7F is the last one, so we're slowly creeping our way. So 5C is Mayor's Residence again. Nothing special. Okay, next is 5E, which is Beneath the Graveyard from Grave 2. Nothing special. Alright. Next is Mayor's Residence from East Clocktown, Index 5F. And I'm sure if I die, nothing special. Alright. And then next is the Biobaba Grotto with Index 60. Also not that useful, but hey, you know, it's a romani. Majora's Mask didn't really used to have many of these, and now we've got a bunch, and most of them are still useless. Yeah, we'll go ahead and die and see what happens. I think I'll just go back to Woods and Mystery, because it's a Grotto. I'm just gonna assume it's Woods and Mystery, right? Yeah. Okay, now this one's actually really interesting. It's completely useless, but it's very eerie. This is actually at the top of the clock. It's very weird when Skullkid doesn't talk to you and he's just like staring at you. Yeah, Index 6-2 will take you to top of the clock tower. And Skullkid doesn't really give a shit. Just staring at you in broad daylight. Yeah, we'll go ahead and die. I wonder if this is something similar cool. Nope, just a crash. Well, that was worth a shot. Alright, and then we're back to everyone's favorite, which is Path to Mountain Village, Return the Field, Index 64. Just to make sure it's making a difference. Assume it's not. Nope. Okay. Mayor's Residence from East Clocktown is Index 67. Another returning favorite. I'm glad there's so many crashes, honestly, because my voice is getting tired, and I don't know if I would have made it through all 128 of these if I had to do every single one. Alright, next is 69, the Mountain Smithy. That's one we haven't seen yet. That's so nice. Let's go ahead and die. Anything special? Okay. Next is 6A, which is the main improvements. And I bet when I die, nothing switches. Gotta be thorough here, because I have no idea what's going on. Like, I have no idea how it's determining which entrance indexes to use based on what index I'm putting into the actual parameters. So, if someone smarter than me wants to figure that out, I would be very much appreciated. I'm just hacking memory addresses right now. It's pretty basic. Okay, so 6F. That's not version for a field. Of course it is. Of course. Go ahead and die. We're getting so close to the end here, so if you stuck with me this long, I really appreciate it. I think there's like one more new warp. It's not very good, but it's a thing. Okay, so 72 is Merry Christmas. Same old, same old. And we're done. Okay, so this is the new one. It's still not useful, but it's interesting because it's different. Great Bay Coast from Zora Cape with index 73. And let's see what happens when I die. I legit don't know. Alright, Romani Ranch Infinite Void, that's good to know. Alright. Next is the Master Index 74. Remember, it only goes up to 7F, so we're very almost done. Most of the rest of these are crashes anyway. And so we'll go ahead and die, just to cover our bases here. And once again, the mayor is coming back. We just can't get rid of him. And if we die... Oh no, it's not happening. Alright, these are the last three, and they're all repeats of stuff we've seen before. So I assume they'll work the same, but I'm just gonna check anyway. 7A. Half Mountain Bush, and let's go ahead and die. Nothing special. Okay, so two more. So 7D, another mayor. The last mayor, thank God. Cool. Right, and then the very, very last one is Mountain Village. Oh, shit. I forgot that. 027, so it's supposed to be. I don't think the top byte actually matters, but might as well just keep it what it has been. Okay, and then one final death here. And I'm sure nothing will happen. Yep, yep. Okay. So anyway, that's all of them. And just to like prove that it's only 7 bits one more time, I already did this a little bit, but like, let's go to like 8.3, and I'll be getting the Great Fairy Sword, except I won't actually get it. Yeah. So yeah, the like all of these numbers on my sheet here, like you can also add 8 to the like left digit, so I guess hex 80 to any of them, and it'll also work since it's only a 7-bit field. And yeah, likewise, here, I'll just demonstrate one more like that. Let's do 85, because I think Zora Hall is probably going to be the most useful out of these, sadly. So 85 will also send me here. But yeah, so that's it. I guess I can show what some of these voidouts look like. So like, there's a lot of different ways you can crash with bad indices here. Some of them look like they were leftover animations from OOT, like voidout animations, like that. I wonder if I can find one that's like... There's one that actually makes a sound. Is it the 1A one? Let's see. 25? I should have labeled these better, because right now they just all say like white luster split up. But there's some of them that actually make sounds. 30. Nope. Which one is it? I want to find it because it's cool. This is like the coolest crash, in my opinion. Which is not saying much, admittedly. But... one of these ones I labeled white O2. That one! That one! That one! So yeah, it like makes sound and has like the ripples and stuff. And then there's also like a black Lost Woods split out as well. 23 for instance. Like that. That crashes. And then there's also some that just crash like as soon as you like walk over to the loading thing. Like this one. Like that. But yeah, anyway, so that's this video. I'm getting kind of tired of talking, but yeah, so, we can definitely run warp using these Woods of Mystery loading planes. None of them are that useful. Probably the best ones are maybe like some of the ikana run warps, if you're not doing index warp. And maybe the Zora Hall one would be good. I guess Deku Palace maybe could be good, but probably not, because Deku Palace is like right here anyway. I guess if we could do this as Deku, the Curiosity Shot Telescope one would be good, because we could like just go get the mass in there. And then, I don't know, the boat ride's pretty fun. 26, the super fast boat ride. I have no idea what's going on there. If someone like can like hack this game enough to figure out what the heck is actually happening there, I would really appreciate it, because that one's really, really weird. Stone Tower could be useful, I guess. It's unfortunate it's from the bottom though, because like index warp is just going to be better, because you can like go from the top, but it is what it is. And then a lot of Ancient Castle of Ikana is from well, so like this could be a fast way to get Mirror Shield, I guess, because you could just like go into the well, weird shot through the sunblock, and then you'd have Mirror Shield. Nothing else seems useful to me, like, at all, which is really sad, but... Oh, I guess Beneath the Graveyard could be okay. If you warp here, you could get, like, the warp point for Southern Swamp, I guess, for Index Warp. And then, yeah, there's various grottos. You can go to Hot Spring Water, you can go to Biobaba. And you can actually chain the grottos together with, Kita has a video about it, but it's basically like, whichever grotto you entered last is the one you'll pop out of. So you could use this to, like, go into, like, the Biobaba Grotto or the Spring Water Grotto, then leave the grotto, and then you'd pop out at whichever grotto you entered the last time. So that could be an interesting round thing. Normally we do that with all exit, but we could also just do an SRM warp to it. Mountain Smithy maybe is full, probably not, because it's pretty close to the Mountain Village Owl. Great Big Coast and Zora Cape, probably not useful. Like, I don't know. I don't think it would be faster than just soaring the Great Bay and swimming over there, but who knows, who knows. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Past Mountain Village, I don't really see being that useful ever. But yeah, anyway, so that's what's happening here, but I still don't really understand it. This is just like, this is the what, not the why. If someone wants to figure out the why, then I would be very appreciative. Yeah, so we can run warp using these loading planes. It's pretty cool. I just wish it was more cool, if the warps were a little better. But anyway, I'll see y'all later. Bye!